Men, and I use the term loosely. I said I was going to do a little video on the bike show I was in, and this is it. But before we look at some motorcycles, a little background. I was at the Muse Motorcycle show, formerly DIMS. That would be the Denton Independent Motorcycle Show. Muse, in this particular case, is short for museum. And in this case, the museum is the Haas Motorcycle Museum. We'll look at that in a minute too. But anyway, this outfit, DIMS, used to be, well, still is, the Denton Independent Motorcycle Show. And they have turned the show over to this outfit, Motorcycle Missions. These guys work with first responders and military with PTSD, and they work with these public servants to, help them through their PTSD problems and rehabilitate them and whatever. And they do this by building custom motorcycles. The woman who founded this organization is named Crystal, and if you ever talk to her or listen to her speak, the amount of dedication she has for our first responders and our military who continue to deal with the struggle of their situations, it's just amazing. She's very passionate about it and really, really, really seems to believe in the cause. And I talked to a lot of guys who were participants in some of these motorcycle mission cycle builds. And, to a man, they were very supportive. They thought it was a great idea. It helped them a lot. Motorcycle missions, they're very worthwhile. Do what you can to support them. They go to a lot of events around the country. And their motorcycle builds, they work with groups of first responders and veterans. The guys I talked to all reported that this was genuinely a very good and beneficial experience for all of them. So, motorcycle missions, help them out any way you can. They'd appreciate it. One of the co-sponsors of the motorcycle shows and motorcycle missions was a guy named Bob Haas, who operated the Moto Museum in Dallas. I haven't been there yet, but I'm going to go to this place. It has some just tremendous bikes on display. 4 of them were at the show I was at, not as participants, but as exemplars of outstanding craftsmanship. Bob Haas died recently, so the museum lost its founder. Hopefully they'll be able to continue on into the future. Let's go back to the show. There were actually 2 parts. One was inside by people who had previously applied to enter. I had not heard about it in time to apply to enter, but I would have. The other part of the show was outside, and it was a ride-in show. My bike was in the ride-in show, and the competition inside, for the bikes inside was just, these machines are incredible. I'm sure I wouldn't have won anything if I was in there, but I'm glad I won what I won in the outside part of the show. It was spectacular. So enough of me babbling on. Let's go look at some of the bikes that were in the show. This one I want to talk about. I thought this thing was incredible. It was built by a guy named Chris Souza, who happened to be at the show, so I could talk to him. The frame, if you look closely, looks like it was carved out of a block or a slab of 6-inch thick steel. Just phenomenal. Chris says the way he built it was slabs of half-inch thick steel were cut out in whatever shape they needed to be, layered together, welded up, and then ground with, well, maybe not a comma, but ground with some kind of a grinder and shaped to the shape that you see it in. Just incredible work. The engine is a 1920s Douglas racing engine. I'm not familiar with the brand at all, but just incredible. It had open valve train on it, so you had to grease the rocker arms. The little supercharger, I think he said, was off of a Subaru. It's got a BSA transmission in it, sitting up above the rear cylinder. Just incredible. Anyway, I thought that bike was great. I mean, they were all great. I mean, you can't diminish the craftsmanship on any of them. But anyway, with that, I am out of here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.